On baseball tonight, the Red Sox walked it off behind the hottest bat on the planet.
And they did it, doing it up against Ryan Helsley, too, who came in this game and supposed to shut things down. Wilyer Abreu with a shot the opposite field. He's been swinging it hot.
The Tigers walked it off. Spencer Torkelson coming off a 3-run night.
Yeah, you think about a guy that really had a tough season last year, made some adjustments at the end of last season, going into the offseason. He's really changed his swing, and he looks really good early on this season.
In the Berg, they had a walk-off. What up, fam?
T-Fam, what's up, my old teammate, going and finishing against your Yanks. I'm sorry, Kev, but he had to do it. A nice swing right there. Tommy Pham, he's been a great addition to any team he's been a part of.
Check on the loved ones. Nick Castellanos took the Grand Tour.
I mean, to do it, though, with bases loaded, 8th career Grand Slam. When I heard it was 8, I had to recheck it because I was like, 8 is a lot. But my man does damage with bases loaded, and he did it again today.
Jackson Merrill's got that new deal. He also had a huge week.
He got himself a new bag and got himself a new hit, 3rd home run in the last 5 games. That's why they paid the 21-year-old, because he does that very often.
The Cubs went big in dealing for Kyle Tucker, and he has been him.
King Tuck, 5th home run this season. I mean, it's just more of the consistency for him. He does a great job of having great at-bats, and a lot of them result in some serious power.
A slow start, but Jackson Chourio has picked it up.
And 2 home runs today. And look, it's a young season, or young career for him, already a 2nd multi-home run game. I think what I love is last year he made a lot of adjustments going toward the latter end of the season, and now starting to figure out how to carry them back into this one.
A really slow start, but Kyle Seager's on the board.
First RBI this season. It doesn't even sound right for him just because we've already played almost 2 weeks, but good to see him with the power stroke. The legs are what generate so much power for him.
Corey Seager is back, and the Logan O'Hoppe Scorched Earth Tour continues.
I mean, he's making it look easy. 4 straight games with the home run. It is not that easy to hit home runs, especially not there in Los Angeles.
The Yankees didn't see Skeens this series, but Andrew Heaney bore a striking resemblance.
Yes, and knowing that he's bringing some of that experience to this Pittsburgh Pirates rotation, you think about the 10 strikeouts is big for him, but it's going to be good for all those guys in the rotation to learn from a World Series winner.
And the they feel like this is the future there in Colorado.
Yeah, and look, he's dotting up pitches, doing a great job. Chase Dollander, I love the approach of him just going straight at guys. He's bringing the fastball, bringing the off-speed as well.
Chase Dollander there for the Rockies, bringing the fastball on baseball tonight with Xavier Scruggs. Kevin Connors, we're counting it down to Cardinals and Red Sox, but boy, you could make a very strong case. The 2 best teams in baseball having at it in the rubber game today, Dodgers and the Phillies. All those future Hall of Famers in that Dodger uniform. This guy's as dangerous as any of them.
Well, you need a support cast for those guys, the 3 MVPs in that lineup. Teoscar has been that ever since he's joined the Dodgers, and he's done it especially against off-speed as well.
He gave Tyler Glasnow a 2-0 lead, but Glasnow just did not have it today.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see this every now and then from Glasnow, not hitting the spots that he normally wants to. Maybe the release point was off a little bit, but really, it's early in the season for everybody, so he's going to have to figure out that struggle as well.
Look, Bryce Harper didn't get all of it, but they'll take it.
This is what he does so well. Guys in scoring position, being able to bring them in, whether that's the home run, whether that's the 3-point shot, whatever it may be, he does a good job there.
Nice follow through there. And then the next pitch, Max Kepler, it gets away. Kyle Schwarber scores. Glasnow all over the place. The Phillies tie it at 2. Later in the at-bat, there's ball 4. 4 walks in the 3rd.
Yeah, just not normally seeing that from Glasnow, and you could tell it was off. You saw the emotions, too. A lot of times, he's not as emotional as we saw him today. You could tell he just couldn't find that release point.
That'll elicit some emotion there. Nick Castellanos, a 4-run homer.
And they need a lot from him. This is a guy that does a really good job when there's guys on base, he's a professional hitter, especially being able to drive the ball to the pull side. You got to like that swing.
5th inning, it's Teoscar again.
Teoscar, we talked a lot about him last year. And this year, what I love, too, is he's already started to be good with 2 strikes. That's the adjustment he made last year. He's carried it on into this year as well.
Mookie had a pair of hits on Saturday, 2 more today.
Good to see Mookie gain in weight, and good to see him doing that with the baseball as well. We know how good he can be. He's one of the most consistent players in the game, but doing it in clutch situations is where it really counts most for him.
Yeah, the stomach bug lost about 20 pounds, but he's working back. And then Will Smith, it's not deep enough, but it's deep enough.
Yeah, it just gets the job done, right? Doing a nice job of being able to take something to the opposite field. This is where the Dodgers are so dangerous. The lineup is so deep.
7-6 game in the 7th till Bryson Stott ties it.
UNLV Rebel Bryson Stott. Nice job to the right side right there.
All right, later in the inning, Edmundo Sosa. This could have ended the inning if not for those wheels.
With Sosa getting down the line, we always talk about it, busting it out of the box. It doesn't matter. You feel sorry for yourself. You still got to get down the line. Anything can happen.
But you got to get through Ohtani in the 9th inning. And Philly pitching figured him out this series.
Yeah, especially late in the game, and that's when it counts the most. Alvarado right there, tough left-on-left matchup. He's got nasty movement on that fastball, and it ran in on Ohtani.
And then Tommy Edman, the reigning NLCS MVP. How about the Phils taking 2 of 3?
Yeah, really good baseball all around for them. And even in a day in which maybe you didn't get the pitching you necessarily wanted, still able to put 8 runs on the board.
All right, Yankees eyeing the sweep of the Pirates. Have they ever been the Bronx Bombers? But they were shut down until the 9th today. That says Oswald Peraza.
Yeah, Peraza doing a great job of being able to get something down in the zone. That might have been a ball down, and he's able to get the barrel to it and help keep this inning going with 2 outs.
I mean, look, who's been better than Trent Grisham?
This man, 2 home runs yesterday, and when it counts most with runners on second and third, did a very nice job of staying on off speed. With Brookie, you know you're going to get some off speed, and it looked like the Yankees were sitting on it as well.
But bottom of the 9th inning, tough spot for Devin Williams. He's off paternity leave, comes in with the man on second, and then Tommy Pham wins it.
And give credit to Tommy Pham, my former teammate, knows that the changeup is tough to hit. What's tough about Devin Williams, you can sit on it and still swing and miss through it so many times. Pham did a nice job, full count there, got barrel on it, and drove it deep. That's a great addition to the Pirates.
To win it in 11. Meantime, 3 straight wins for the Mets. They rallied late night to beat the Jays yesterday. That's Pete Alonso up the middle.
Not trying to do a whole lot, right? Sat back nicely on that. That's what we missed a lot from him last year, is being able to do it against off speed. Way to use the middle of the field there.
All right, top of the 9th, Edwin Diaz hits Alan Rodin, so Diaz would proceed to get 2 quick outs after that. But Bo Bichette, ooh.
And like I mentioned earlier, with some of these pitchers, it's still spring training. They're still looking to find precision. This is not the guy you want to face.
Right, except Guerrero kind of weakly to short. Diaz gets out of it, and the Mets handle the Jays. We're back on Baseball Tonight with Xavier Scruggs, Kevin Connors. The Orioles broke out of an offensive funk on Saturday. Bobby Witt had his first homer for the Royals on Saturday. Check out Salvador Perez here.
Tough play, Kevin, like running that much as a first baseman, but also staying with that and counting on that you're going to make that catch because you know the right fielder's coming in as well as the second baseman. That's a nice job taking charge early for Sal.
In defense of Chris Bubich, who really twisted up Baltimore today.
Yeah, did a really nice job. You got to love the command of the changeup, the off speed, doing a good job of being able to use both sides of the plate. The back footer to righties was tough, and you can tell because he was able to use the fastball on the inner half of the plate. Not a lot of velocity, but did a great job of mixing and matching his stuff.
8 Ks and a 4-1 win. Couple 3 and 5 teams colliding in Minnesota. Astros and Twins, bottom 2. Carlos Correa hit them where they ain't.
And it's an understatement to say you need Carlos Correa doing it, and must feel nice to do it against your old team too, but he's such a big part of this team. They need his bat and his glove immensely.
Been an awfully slow start for Yordan Alvarez, and even when he gets a hold of one, Harrison Bader is there.
Bader, the exact reason why they acquired him, to play good defense and replace a Buxton sometimes, but he can do it in multiple positions, a defensive wizard in the outfield.
Look, Bader can go get a lot of things. He's not getting this one.
Nah, he ain't bringing this one back. That's 97 at the top of the zone, by the way. That's not easy to get to. Yordan got to it and swatted it like a fly buzzing around him right there. Great swing from Yordan Alvarez.
First home run of the year, and then in the 10th, it's that new left fielder the Astros have, Jose Altuve.
Altuve, dirtiest man on the field, doing a good job of just taking what the pitcher gives you, right? Not trying to pull something in the air, but just taking it right back through the infield. Nice base hit. Add some there.
9-7 win in 10. Meantime, maybe the surprise of baseball through 2 weeks, the 7-1 Giants taking on Seattle. That's J-Rod.
Well, this is a nice surprise, too. J-Rod getting going earlier. I talked to him during spring training. This was a focus for him. Priority was to get swinging the bat early and getting base hits for his team.
That's Cal Raleigh. Look at that swing.
Yeah, we talk about guys that recently got paid. Cal Raleigh is one of them. The big dumper dumping one out to right field.
And then bottom of the fourth inning, Mike Yastrzemski is going to give San Francisco the lead back.
And San Francisco's been doing a nice job in these close ball games, really good at bats as of late. That's going to be a focus for them. Pitching and defense is huge, but they need bats to come through.
Indeed we will, Ravi. Brought to you by T-Mobile. If anyone knows about coverage, it's those guys. How about Fernando Tatis Jr.? He's become maybe the best fielding right fielder in the game.
Well, you're talking about coverage. Look how far my man ran from right field. Came all the way in, slide and grab, made it look easy. Just the transition to right field defensively has been with ease and seamless for Fernando Tatis Jr.
A former shortstop, and how about a current shortstop and another junior, Bobby Witt. Look at this play.
I mean, that's a short hop that is not easy to get to first and foremost, but then the ability to control your body and make the perfect flip to say, that's a perfect flip on the run.
Pretty well done. All right, Josh Smith. Full extension going back on this one.
Well, first of all, if you haven't watched Josh Smith, he can play anywhere on the field. He's one of the most athletic guys in baseball. He rakes as well. But catching that ball almost in a no-look fashion was an amazing grab right there.
All right, former shortstops, current shortstops stealing the show this week. Like Ellie De La Cruz going to make a sliding grab here.
Anytime you see Ellie De La Cruz running, you better just stop and watch what he's doing, because he's liable to make the best catch, liable to run a triple inside the park or whatever it may be. But look how far he ran with the backhand slide and grab right there, all up in the dirt, but makes a great catch.
To see a guy his size do that, it's unbelievable. And then nothing better than this, Ian Happ in left.
This also because of the late game situation, too. Great grab later on in the game. Nate Pearson can't even believe it himself, but Ian Happ up against the wall. Love that.
That was great. This might have been better a couple of minutes ago, although maybe costly. The bonus gem, courtesy of Victor Robles. It's a 4-4 game, X. Look at Robles. Go get this one.
My goodness. Again, you know the wind took this. Oh, my God. Victor, with no regard for his body.
But he was carted off the field. The Giants would win the game. Maybe game one might be the start of things for him. Speaking of a guy who can start quickly.
Aaron Judge, 41st home run since 2022, most in Major League Baseball. It just starts early for him, right? And I love how I talked to him early on in spring training. He said he wanted to bring it early in this season.
I mean, you give Ellie De La Cruz a torpedo bat. That's almost not fair.
Oh, my goodness. When I look at the Reds' second Red shortstop with 2 home runs and stolen base in multiple games, he does it all on the field, Kevin.
We talked about Ivan Herrera and how he's gotten off to a great start.
3 homers. They need offense coming from different players, and he can be one of them. Love how he's done a good job behind the plate, but also the bat has come to play, and he's doing it in Big Mac land.
Friday night in Los Angeles, Jose Ramirez, a 3-homer game.
I mean, just when you thought he might have broke his wrist, he came back and went deep 3 times. Jose Ramirez, we can't call him underrated anymore. Everybody knows what this man does. He just does it on a smaller market scale, but he still does it big.
And regardless of your rooting interest, it is good to see Mike Trout back healthy and doing this.
Yes, this is what we all love to see from Mike Trout. We got to keep him on the field, and when he's on the field, he's doing this. Stay healthy, Mike. Home run in 3 straight games.
4 straight games for the newest Chicago Cub, Kyle Tucker.
King Tuck has come to Chicago, and he's made a statement early, and he did it in Sacramento, and now he's done it in Chicago as well. You got to love the addition to the team. What a trade for the Cubs.
And Eugenio Suarez, the fine wine, man, because he just keeps getting better.
He made the adjustment last year at about a half of the season and said, I'm not going to try to hit everything. 3rd player since 1900 with first 5 hits of the season, all home runs.
X, I thought the Yankee lineup was going to take a hit without Juan Soto.
Take a hit? Well, I mean, what they're doing is swinging it and getting hits. Torpedo bat or not, these kids have been swinging it. You got to love the home runs. You got to love the approach from the hitters. And they're taking advantage of going to the opposite field, the rights.
And then Wednesday, Ohtani drive home safely.
I mean, does he surprise us anymore? Like, literally, he does not surprise me anymore. It's like he's made for the antics of the late game, and he always puts the team on his back when he needs to. Shohei Ohtani, the best player in the world.
And then we